Alright, hello, welcome to today's update. Let's get right into it. The first thing is that I added throw attack into the game. So if both player throws at the same time, so normally you throw them, right? Throw them across the screen. But if you both hit throw at almost the same time, I think there's currently 11 frame window to do it. You get this cool throw attack animation, or throw attack effect in the middle. And then you both go into this blocking animation that lets you actually, I don't know if you can get hit out of it, but it just pushes you both away. Currently it pushes you both away the same amount. There is a consideration to push the person that was throwing and less so that they gain an advantage. So it's like a late attacking thing. Something I can take a look into later. The second thing is that now there is a third special move in the game. So there's the Fireball, there's DP. Oh, a fourth special move then. There's a DP, right? Let's see if I can do it. DP. And then there is the Bandit Revolver, right? And then now there's another one. It's Kai's Food Arc from I think it's called Food Arc from Guilty Gear Strive. It's basically his Greed Sever from Ixard, where he just does like a giant backflip and hits you in the head. This one is actually hits you high, so if you hold back and then let's see if I can do this, right? You can block it high normally, but then if you crouch block, you get hit in the head. So it's cool. I had a lot of fun making the effects and the animations and stuff like that for it. It was actually interesting. It was doing some auto cross ups earlier, where if I backflipped over your head, it would like you would just flip over instantly. But I fixed that so that you don't get this dumb mix up, which would kind of suck. But maybe something to include for the future. Right. Okay. So the third thing is I added pre-jump frames. So there's roughly 3 frames of pre-jump that you can before you actually get in the air. You are thrown vulnerable during that time. But well, that was interesting. Fascinating. Okay. Anyways, so you can throw a fireball. You find new bugs all the time when you're recording, I guess. Right, so you can throw a fireball normally, but then if you press up after the fireball, you can still do a fireball. So it's just a little bit more input leniency for people, especially on pad. So on this, I can go up and still do a fireball. Let's see if I can do that. Ooh. Something's broke. Okay, there's something that broke. Interesting. Okay, well, I'm gonna have this on recording so I can fix for later, but anyway, so yeah, there's some little bit input leniency with the pre-jump frames, and also stops you from jumping back all the time and getting hit in the air. So if you hit it in this state, you still count as grounded. So yeah, good stuff. I wonder actually if I can repro this bug. If I do, okay. If I do. Yeah, there, okay. So if I do Fireball and DP at the same time, then I get both. Fascinating. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. Yeah, I was also messing around with the damage, or the damage caching, the damage system. Before when you were, there was a problem because now I'm onto the frame timer. On the frame timer, the previous method of getting attacks that come out at the same time with the same startup to hit each other wasn't working well. So right now I've changed it so that there is now a new component that ticks at a later time than both. So let me actually take a look. Right, so basically the problem was that because the ticks was happening, so the ticks was spawning the hitbox, right? So because the hitbox spawns on a frame timer end, you would have, let me show this to you in the blueprints. In the frame timer end, you would have, let's wait. Blah, this is very slow. I think it's just because it's so hot over here. See if I can find moves nodes to event graph. Okay, event graph, right? Because now you're resolving frame timer in the event tick, it's no longer spawning. Your hitbox spawning is always going to be like within your event tick loop. What this means is that even though it caches and applies it in the end, the second player will try to do damage to the first player, but the first player's ticks is already over, right? So it's not gonna uncache or like run through all the hits that got this frame, so it get hit on next frame instead, which gives you like a single frame advantage, which is not good. So I've added another component called damage applier. It basically just does the same thing as the caching, where it goes through the hit list on BP dude and then runs through all the hits that got hit for that frame. But now it does that every single tick, but I added that component to have. I added prerequisite tick actors for the BP damage applier, so that I have to finish both players' ticks before the damage applier can tick, which means that now damage is applied post BP dude's tick, which means that both the hitboxes will spawn, and then the damage will apply at the end of the frame after the hitboxes spawn for both players to each of the players, so that they will hit each other now, basically. So no more of that, like if you hit at the same time, one player wins over the other for some random reason. So if you press it exactly at the right time, and to get that right, there you go, you get a clash, which is what I want. So yeah, glad I found a few more bugs through recording today. Just gonna keep on polishing, but I think this current kind of MVP of the game is done, so I'm going to go on to the more quality design-ish part and the art side of part of this game soon, just to get that side rolling. I eventually want this game to be all my own assets. Currently, this dude is from a tutorial, and the menus are from a tutorial. All the effects and stuff is from me, right? So like him throwing a Hadouken is me animating it. I just add it onto the current existing spreadsheets to whatever I need. Right, so all the special moves, all the normal moves are basically custom animated by me, just for fun, and just also for practice for later on when I'm actually gonna do this. So eventually I want everything to be my own assets, which will be super awesome. It's gonna be a lot of work. I'll definitely design a new character. Maybe I'll have different mechanics aside from just the current ones. Like I still need things like super meter. Maybe I'll do something that's time based, maybe not. I still have to think about what direction I want this game to go in. But it's the first kind of like prototype of just getting the infrastructure set up. I think looks pretty good. So yeah, a few more bugs to fix. Yeah, look at that class move. Oof. All right. Anyways, see you guys tomorrow.